is Latifa Mensa. Have a seat, please.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, you're welcome. So, my name is Latifa Mensa. I'm the CEO of Berlin Art Parasites, and we're looking for a content writer. Tell me a bit about yourself, please.
My name is Neda Burzic. I am 21 years old and I just finished my communication studies at the Rotterdam University of Applied Sciences. The reason why I chose for this job vacancy is because not only am I a big fan of your website and your platform, but also because I believe in everything you state on the website, so what your company is for, so that you want to connect with people, you want to personalize your content, and so everything in between that. I love everything you've written about it, and that is why I've decided to sign up for this job vacancy.
Okay, thank you. And do you have any hobbies, or what do you do in your spare time?
I'm a writer myself, of course, otherwise I would never apply. So that's what I do most in my spare time. I love working on creative content, whether that be poetry, whether that be photography, whether that be combined, the two of them. Next to that, I also do some voluntary work. So I work with organizations that need some extra help with marketing and communication content. So that's what I do most of my time. I also go to the gym, yeah, so that's...
Okay, so you have quite a lot of experience. Why did you leave your previous job?
I left my previous job because although they were more than okay, so I had great colleagues and the times were absolutely flexible, and so everything was more than okay, but the reason why I left is because I wanted to be working more in my own lane, so something a bit more creative, and because I did do a lot of content there, but it was more social media content, so my creativity had to stop at a certain point, and what I wanted for myself is to be able to explore that more and to get the chance to do that somewhere where I fit in more.
Okay, so you're a very creative person. Do you have any help or experience or skill that would assist you to do the job better?
I have done a lot of writing in the past 10 years. I've written for other magazines as well. For example, Villain and Guy, I have written content for them as well, and they also focus on aspects that are very important to me on a daily basis. I've written content for a lot of other platforms, so I think that the fact that I've done so many diverse things, so not just writing poetry, because at a certain point here you run out of your own inspiration, so you have to do something else. I have decided to focus my writing skills on not just that, but also on writing reports, writing columns, writing poetry, writing a lot of different things, so that I can adjust that in every position and in every function.
Okay. So can you describe to me a time that you have to where you have to work together in a group, and how was it?
For example, I worked in a very big team for TEDx Rotterdam, and we had a lot of groups. We had a whole group where the whole team would be together, and that was about approximately 20 people. Also, we had a marketing and communication team, which was then about 7 people. So we've had some rules on external communication and internal communication. For internal communication, we used Basecamp, which is a platform so that everyone was connected and could read and respond to the comments that were made there. And for external communication, we of course decided on the strategies we would use to create the content on social media.
And what are your greatest strengths?
I believe that I've always loved being busy, so I've never stood still. From when I turned 17, I've never had a day off, or at least if I do, I always try to do something that is productive or something that is useful for myself. So I think the fact that I love to work and that I'm always steady to do something new, and I'm open for new challenges, because I've had some tasks where I wasn't comfortable, wasn't in my comfort zone, but I love doing that because that makes me develop my own personal skills, develop my communication skills, also my organizational skills. So I'm open to new ideas, I'm open to writing new things, I'm open to meeting new people, and I never say no to a new challenge or to actually stay at home all day and do nothing. So I think that's one of my best skills.
Okay, thank you. And can you describe a time to me where you failed and how did you handle the situation?
I think for me that was somewhere last year where I decided to um, do. I didn't really create time for myself, so I was so busy working and so busy doing everything that I wanted to do that I forgot to take a rest, to take a deep breath, and then to move on with my life. And I think that was a time where I failed to actually put that all in a place. But that was something that was necessary for me to realize that I need those 5 minutes a day to actually breathe and to make me a better person overall.
Okay, so as a content writer, you have to work under pressure. How do you work under pressure?
I believe that working under pressure is something that I do very well, because when I have too much spare time or too much time to think about something, I tend to overthink about things. So it doesn't matter what it really is, if it's work or private. And what I've noticed that when I work under pressure, that means that I have a deadline, that means I have a limit, which also limits the thoughts rushing through my mind. So I get more creative, and I can stay clear on what's important to focus on and what is not. So that makes my thinking and my doing a bit sharper and a bit better.
Okay, thank you. And are you a morning person or a night person?
I'm definitely a night person.
Okay, so how would you feel if you have to work in the morning?
That's not a problem. I've also worked at the Albert Heijn, and I have morning shifts, so meaning I would have to be there from 8 in the morning to 2 o'clock in the afternoon, which is I'm not very fond of, but it's something that helped me improve my organizational skills and to make sure that my time management was, because that was something I was struggling in the beginning, and that was something that I could work on. So that's why I decided to take the job, and it's helped me to improve those skills.
So you can adjust.
Yes, yes.
And how do you feel about traveling abroad for meetings and other work stuff?
That's something I absolutely love to do, because I love to see something new that I haven't experienced. Also, it's something that it's always scary going somewhere where you are totally out of your comfort zone. So it's something that definitely talks to me, and I love to do that. I have no problem with that as well. I adapt very easily in every culture, also because I'm from Rotterdam, so I'm surrounded by many different cultures and a lot of different people, whether there be different race, different cultural backgrounds, different interests. Everyone is so different, so that's something that I'm very fond of.
Okay, thank you. I think that I know enough for now. Do you have any questions for me, perhaps?
Well, what I would like to know is how come that Berlin Art Paris has, because you started up as in Berlin Art to boost the Berlin art scene.
Yes.
How come that this whole company has blown up so big to be an actual worldwide platform?
So I think that it's because of our social media. So I think that it was like when social media just started to become a big thing, we were at the right time, right moment. We started at the right time. So yes, it just went by itself.
Oh, okay.
And the content that we post is really personal for some people. They connect with it. So I think that that's the case. So okay. I have other people coming today for this vacancy, and I will call you if you are our candidate.
Okay, thank you very much.
For
Bye bye.